Hi everyone, my name is Lorena Niyazov, and today I wanted to share with you the founding story of RNJ Capital and the story of our founder, Mr. Robert Niyazov, my father, and how this company came to be where it is today. As of today, RNJ Capital is going on to its 24th year in business, so I want everybody to understand how it is that we got here. And to truly understand the story, we actually have to go back all the way to 1992. That's the year that my dad arrived in the United States with his family. He was young, driven, and incredibly ambitious with a great work ethic. But his journey actually didn't start in mortgages. When he arrived in the United States, he actually arrived with a very strong background in mathematics, finishing graduate school back home in a math college. So he came here with a mathematical background and then ended up pursuing a degree in actuarial science. He studied hard, he passed his exams, he actually landed a job at a company on Wall Street in an insurance company. He was doing well, he had a stable career, and he was also growing his family at the same time. As his family grew, he became a first-time home buyer himself, and throughout this process, his interest in the mortgage industry actually started evolving. As he was working in the insurance company as an actuary, he was incredibly happy, but he felt that he was missing that entrepreneurial aspect that he so deeply craved upon his arrival to the United States. He made a decision to take a second job at a small mortgage company in the city as well. That decision changed the course of his life. When he began working at the mortgage company, he completely absorbed himself in everything. He sat in on every meeting, he studied every scenario, took every call, marketed himself. It's a totally great depiction of his personality because he's not somebody who does something halfway and expects it to work. He puts in 100% of his effort all the time, kept working at it, and within months he became an extremely valuable producer in the mortgage company. So he knew that he could help people, and he wanted to start with his own community. So very shortly after working in the mortgage company, he decided to take that leap of faith and open up his own company, and that was the entrepreneurial risk and jump that he was looking for his whole life anyways, so he thought it was the perfect opportunity. The leap came with some difficulties. He left his stable job and opened up RNJ Capital from his home with my uncle, Robert Niyazov, and they started working right out of the home office. And quickly it grew. Not only did my father become an incredibly skilled loan originator and broker who was able to help others in the community, he was able to build a team. He began mentoring others, sharing his knowledge, and creating opportunities not just for himself, but for the people around him. Many people were lost as first-time home buyers or as investors, and he was able to guide them through that process and help people get into homes, grow their real estate portfolios, and everything was going great until 2008. Now, everybody knows what happened in 2008. The whole housing market crashed. There was a huge recession. And obviously, the hardest industry to get hit was mortgages, especially mortgage brokers. A lot of companies during this time ended up closing their shops, closing their doors forever. But my dad knew that he had to stick around because he was very committed to this business, and he knew that when this storm passes, he would be able to make a difference. He did what he could. He closed down what at that point in 2008 had become a big office. I mean, they started in their home and they slowly rented a larger space. And right before the crash of 2008, they were able to grow into a pretty large team. When the crash hit, he was not able to hold on to many of his employees. Many of them left the industry themselves, and there just wasn't enough business. So he ended up keeping the employees that he could, and they began brainstorming ways to market, ways to grow the business, and kind of weather the storm of the market crash. And it worked. After that time had passed and the economy began to improve a little bit, they rebuilt. They rebuilt smarter, and they built a better system. A lot of what happened in 2008 caused the government to input stricter and more regulations on the mortgage industry. And my father actually welcomed this because he thought that if we give loans to just those people who could truly afford to buy their homes, then we're going to build a stronger and healthier economy. So he welcomed this, and not only did he welcome this, but he took the opportunity of the crash and the rebuild to refresh his own infrastructure. He brought in more technology, more talent, and he started working closely with lenders to find out and provide programs for his borrowers that would be the best fit for them. He found out about a lot of programs that were able to get people into homes, maybe in not conventional ways, but ways that fit for them. And this, ambition and determination to rebuild his company, it definitely paid off. Not only did they survive the crash of 2008, but they started to grow again. He's always had this ability to adapt and innovate and push forward. And that is why we are here today. I am here and part of this continuing story of RNJ Capital, and I'm very grateful that I myself have joined and learned so much about the mortgage industry in the past few years. That is the story of RNJ Capital, and that's what I wanted to share with you all today.